Good evening, welcome to Next Gen Season 15. This is the Monday Night Tour as the Group A1s, the first third of the evening. It is time for Spa-Francorchamps Round 11, the penultimate round, and everyone is in the BMW M1 Procar. As the cars roar out of the pit lane for their outlaps. It's going to be a very long outlap, so we'll have time to do a lot of things. So, the championship standings so far, Scooby G does lead on 170, with Jamie WX on 150. Jack has 146, with Anna Morris on 137. Then Les has 116, with Web User Johnny on 100. Burnt Fry has 96, with Lightblade on 89. Lion Greasby has 70 points, with Royston on 67. D. Whitehouse has 63, and GR Lee, who no longer competes, is on 61. Shadowstalker has 55, with Tim on 46. Bob Mark 1 is on 36, with Jurinho on 25. Omega 24, and Tro246 has 23. See the penultimate round, still a lot of points to be had in the championship. We have 14 runners, well sorry, not 14, we have a full house of runners tonight, which include Jurinho 26, Delez, Lightblade 2K18, Tro246, Shadowstalker DBS, NGR Tim 78, Movies of Johnny, Burnt Fry 699, Adam Morris, Bob Mark 1, D. Whitehouse 7, Royston, Scooby G, Lion Greasby, who's just spun it and has come back across the circuit, almost takes someone out. I think that's Scooby G. Jamie WRX, and of course our host Jack TM53. Synopsis. So the rest of the guys just coming through for their first laps. We'll let them go underway. Tim having a bit of an interesting line through there. It's Burnt Fry. You see there's a fair pack of them coming up through the hill. Whilst they're actually on there qualifying, I'm just sorting out a few things for the points, because the final two rounds. Now with the drop score system, it makes it very, very interesting. So obviously a little bit of setup time required for it. So people who are already here, obviously Burnt Fry there. Going for a bit of a spin through Malady, or is it Bruel? It was Bruel, I think. So obviously the top five really. Top four are really in contention for this. Now, everything Adam Morris scores is absolutely score. But Scooby G, Jamie and Jack all have rounds to drop. And I'll update you on those rounds to drop shortly. We'll also go for a lap of Spa-Francorchamps with someone very shortly as well. There we go. So the difference at the moment between the top four is 30 points, but Adam does not have any more drop scores to use. He's had 2 zeros, so not ideal for him. As the first set of times come through, Adam Morris is currently sat in pole position with a 2:37.1. Jamie is currently sat second. Obviously, these two normally work together. Yep, they are together on track, kind of. Jack's just coming up to the final chicane, the bus stop. So, let's go on board with Jack. So he's just come through the bus stop chicane. We're going to start the lap up towards the first corner. Hit the brakes a hairpin right. Then down the hill. You flick it right. Got to be careful. There's hitboxes in the right hand side wall. Into Eau Rouge, the left part, and straight into Radion. This not quite flat right, especially not in this weather conditions anyway. Jack skips across it. Lovely. Then down the Camel Straight towards Les Combes. This right-left combination chicane. You head through Malmedy, flick right into Bruel. This long off-cambered right-hander. And then down to the corner with no name. And Jack just letting the tail come out a little bit, trying to get the straight line. Down the straight into what they call the double gauche, but we call it Pouon. Pouon he goes. Again, having to back off, running a bit wide. As they head down to La Fagna. Again, a long right, long left chicane. Don't clip the curves too much, don't clip those bollards either, they will cause chaos in the race. Long left, use a bit of cover on the exit, no, not quite, move a bit of puddle work there. Into Campus, a 90-degree right-hander. Again, you can clip the curb, don't clip it too much, as Jack has done. It will send you into the wall, and that is Jack done. For that attempt, he'll get probably 1 or 2 more. This is Adam Morris, I'm about to finish the laps. He's just heading towards La Fagna. Down to Campus. See the wiper working away there. Then towards Stavelona. In the dry, this is flat. In the wet, just a half or even quarter throttle there for a bit. Then you head down Corbe Pourfrère and towards Blanchimont. Again, normally flat in dry, definitely not flat in these conditions. Down to 4th even. Then you hit the brakes for the bus stop chicane. And that'll be a lap of Spa-Francorchamps from 2 different drivers. Jack started it, Adam Morris finishing it. We head to the line. And Adam can't improve. Now it's going to get harder and harder for these guys to improve on their times, courtesy of the weather. It'll only get worse. Now it's interesting because at the moment, after round 11, only one of these guys at the top 4 will have a drop score confirmed to their name, which would be Scooby G, as Jamie puts in a fastest time of 2:37.0. Yeah, Jamie's had a DNF, Jack's had a disconnect, and Adam has missed 2 races this season. So it means this man is the only man, and he's going to be dropping 11 points if he finishes higher than that place today. Now 11 points is 6th in the standing. So if Scooby G finishes 5th or higher, he'll be gaining points on his 159 with his 11-point drop score, as some guys are having a bit of issues through the bus stop chicane. Don't know if that might be burnt frying someone. We've got Ginetta, I can tell you that much, but Scooby G coming up to the line now. He goes 3rd fastest now, a 2:37.3. Line of Greasby and Tim not set a time. Tim actually not even bothering to set a time. As Line of Greasby now actually is 6th quickest with a 2:42.1. And he goes up through Rouge and Radial. Jack is just starting another lap. He's going to get... it'll be tight for another one, but he could potentially get one more. No one's really coming to the end of a lap. Lightblade is struggling at the moment, down in 15th. Adam is in the pits, and I think he is qualifying done right now. So at the moment, with everyone taking 1 drop score, actually 2 drop scores for the season, this is to allow people the odd disconnect, the odd bad finish, or if they can't make it for a race, is the main reason, because obviously family lives, everyone can sometimes have to go elsewhere. So that's what that input is for. And with the first drop score currently in contention, so the best 9 rounds out of 10, the standings would be Scooby G on 159, Jamie on 150, Jack on 146, with Adam on 116. Now Adam is in a very nice position here, whereby what he scores in the next 2 rounds counts. Jack and Jamie will take at least 1 drop score here by the end of the season. Now, even though they have 2, one of them will be a 0 score. As Jamie crosses the line, doesn't go any quicker. He's on an out lap. He'll go for one final flying. The Les. Currently sat in 5th. Now, I must also stress this is also Turbo Monday. Which does mean it is point fastest lap, as well as pole position and points for the race. The fastest man in the race also claims a point, so we'll keep an eye on that at the end of the race. Which also means it's a Turbo Monday for the modern touring cars and the Clios, because they're all at the same circuit. Line of Greasby. There he is. Webby's a Johnny up to 7th at the moment. Gerino 9th. There's Royston in 10th. Shadowstalker 11th. Troy246 is 12th. Bob is 13th. Burnt Fry 14th. Lightblade in 15th. Tim not going to set a time. DY has 7 in the pits. He's in 8th. So whether he's safe there at 8th with the likes of Gerino behind him, we shall only see. Adam and Scooby G both back in the pits, and qualifying finished for them. There's Jamie. Jack should be... There's Jack, who is coming up to the line. Look, it's going to be Burnt Fry as he enters the chicane for his final lap here in qualifying. He'll cross the line, He will stay 14th, but I think he went just a slight touch quicker. All eyes then on Jamie WX. He's got a pole position time so far of 2:37.0. I did see Jack actually send me some other facts. And that's Jamie not completing the lap. So the Lairs will be the next man across the line. Scooby got pole and the win way back in season 12, the last time that the Group A's came to Spa, and that was in the BMW M3. Well, I can tell you now, Scooby G will not be getting pole position this time around. As the Lairs comes through the final chicane, up to the line. Of course, the line does not improve his position. Webby's a Johnny coming up to the line now. He does not improve. I think now as Light Blades put in a great time, a 2:41.5, puts him 8th on the grid. Jorginho will cross the line, currently in 10th, a 2:43.1, puts in a 2:41.8, but does not improve position. So Bob Mark 1, I believe, has Jamie behind him. Bob Mark 1 crosses the line, stays 14th. Jack next across the line. Crosses the line, does not improve his time. Shadow Stalker currently 13th. Will not go any quicker. So Jamie WRX will take pole position and that pole position point in this, what is a crucial fight. So the qualifying session is over. Jamie WRX takes pole position away from Adam Morris by 0.141 of a second. Row 2 is Scooby G and Jack Team 53 Synopsis. The Les is 5th, with Liner Greasby lining up alongside him. Webby's a Johnny is 7th, with DY07 in 8th. Jorginho 9th, Tro246 in 10th. Royston is in 11th, with Shadowstalker 12th. Bob Mark 1 13th, Burn Fry 14th. Lightblade, I thought he put in good time, must have been someone else. Lightblade in 15th with a 2:55.6, and Tim did not set a time. Who was it ended up putting that time? Was it like Greasby? Was it? Oh, maybe Jorginho actually I was looking at. I don't know anymore. But all I know, Jamie takes the extra point for pole position. And that's all that really matters right now. Allegedly, Lightblade's lap was disallowed for some reason. So that'll be interesting to have a look at. But we are going to get underway as we look at no one. There we go. So Jamie sits on pole position, Adam on second, Scooby G third. We are lights out and away we go. Who's got the best start going on? There's a collision behind. It's absolute chaos behind. But we enter turn 1. Jamie Dorax defending from Adam Morris as they head out of the first corner. Jack has gone backwards in a hurry. As we finish off through turn 1. It's going to be Jamie who leads, from Adam Morris, from the Lairs, from Webby's Johnny, from Lightblade, from DY07, from Jorginho, from Liner Greasby, from Shadowstalker, from Royston, from Scooby G, Tro and Jack. I'm going to have a look back on my stream very shortly to see what carnage ensued, because that was a bit chaotic at the start as Jack going around Tro246 and into 12th. Webby's Johnny having a pop here for third. Lightblade is currently fifth. As they head out of Malmedy down to Bruel for the first time. There's Royston getting overtaken by Jack. That's also Scooby G up ahead, if I can get the right person. Or behind. Scooby G having a good little battle here. That is Jack on the inside of the corner, no name. He's up into 10th place. Back into the top 10 for Jack. So an interesting start here from the guys. Not ideal, although Jack up into 9th place as he passes. So repasses Scooby G there. I think these two need to start working together a little bit. But Jack now starting to make moves as Line of Greasby goes off. These two go up another place. But at the front, it's half a second between the two leaders of this 10-lap race. There's where he's Johnny. He's still got Lightblade behind. He's got DY House 7. Drew not too far behind. And Jack and Scooby G looking to make headway. But back for this battle here for fourth. We've got Johnny Lightblade, who just runs a bit wide. And he's got DY House 7 down the inside. DY House 7 can't quite get the move done. And he's going to come under attack now from Jorginho very shortly. Who's going to have Jack on his tail as company. So it looks like everything's just settling down a little bit now. There's Jack. He's up into 7th actually. He's done Jorginho. Looks like through the hairpin. And now he's going to get DY House 7 on the exit of the crest. And all the meanwhile, Scooby G staying down in 9th, further behind. We have Scooby G actually trying to pass Jorginho going into Lake Comp. He goes round the outside. Jobs a good one. Up into 8th for him. Jack Lowe into 6th. Lightblade will soon have him on his tail. Tro 246 with Burnt Fry. This is getting a bit close for comfort for the pair of them. Whilst that's going on, I'm going to have a quick look back at the start. Oh, some big lag actually. I think there was a bit of lag in the lobby, and Jack just came straight across. We'll have to get that confirmed after the race. But Burnt Fry still all over the back. But as we look higher up, we got Webby to Johnny, who's had a bit of a spin into the wall, straight across Jack there, and straight across back again. Johnny, and that's a scary moment to be going across the track 2-3 times. You're just asking to be collected. Luckily, everyone's avoided him, but he's now down to 8th, and Jack up into 5th. With Scooby now in 7th. Jack is gradually getting onto the back of Lightblade here. So as it stands at the moment, With Scooby G in 6th, he's equaling his best, or I say his best, his worst. She now being in 6th place. He has moved up a place. Jack on the outside of Light Blade going into Les Combes. Good driving from the pair. Not an easy move from Jack, but Light Blade gave him the space. And that's exactly what Jack needed right now. So with Scooby in 6th place, that equals his current best. By best, I mean worst score so far. Which will put him back onto 170. But Jamie, with the first of the drop scores, would go to clear at the top of the table with the first drop score in place. Adam Morris down in second, up to second at the moment, would still be 25 away, but again, he has the potential to gain a lot of points in these final 2 races. He's got 18 points at the moment. But the Les is going to have Jack all over him. This for 3rd place. Jack moves to the outside, coming up to the bus stop chicane. This is going to be a difficult move. Yep, and one Jack knows he's not going to get completed around the outside, but he will look for a better exit. Which he does kind of get, but the second phase, the Les is lovely. Second phase out, and Adam Morris is now challenging for the lead as Jack goes down the inside. That at La Source. And Jack makes up yet another place and is now 3rd. He's on the bottom step of the podium, which is fantastic news for his championship. That means he moves to within 9 of Scooby G. So you see the Les in the background being challenged by Light Blade now. Jack needs to make hay while he can. He could do with Scooby G being as far away from him as possible. Meanwhile, Scooby G, this is the on board with him. Oh, Light Blade, the back end just stepping out just a touch. But again, Scooby G cannot capitalise because the 2 in front are fighting so hard. There's no point in risking it. You can tell the 2 at the front, Adam Morris and Jamie, are working together right now. They're in the 236s. But Scooby G currently equaling his worst results of the season. As they head, Light Blade had a bit of a look then, going into campus through Stavelot. Can't keep your eyes off this little battle here. There is another little battle going on further behind. Not quite as tight, so I think someone had a bit of a moment coming out of campus through Stavelot, through Corporal Frere, up towards the legendary Blanchimont. You don't want to be putting a wheel on the grass. Oh, Light Blade almost had another look down the ears of Blanchimont. You do not want to be looking there. They hit the brakes into the bus stop chicane. Light Blade sends it down the inside, bit of contact. And unfortunately, that was just a dive bomb that wasn't on. He was a day late and $1 short on that one, I'm afraid. Hit the brakes, and there was just no way of that thing stopping down, getting stopped into the chicane. But that means Scooby G is promoted into 4th place, which will change the complexion of this campaign, because it now means Scooby G is level on points with the drop score. So everything still to play for. Meanwhile, further back through the field, we have Royston, Tro246 and Shadowstalker maybe getting together. Tim is beating Bob Mark 1. Bob Mark 1 having a bit of a bad race right now. But we've also got Webby's Johnny, Jorino, that's line of Grease. We're going past the A7 who's spun it coming out of Malmedy. And has dropped 11th with Burnt Fry now into the top 10. These are your two leaders, and they are working together lovely like they did the last time they came to Spa-Francorchamps back in 1950 whatever. They about 40-50 years later, they're still doing the same tactic. They're just running away with this one, using the slipstream, then fight it out in the last couple of laps, so we'll pretty much ignore them for most of the race. Meanwhile, Lightblade is now trying to mount another attack against the Les. The Les, no need though, the Les is into the barriers. Straight off onto the other side at Stavalo. He's just caught the curb. Trying to get it spun around, and I think Johnny and co. There's Johnny, there's Jorino. Lion Greasby won't quite get there, but the Les drops down to 8th place. Not ideal for that man. Here on lap number 5. Johnny and Jorino. Oh, Johnny a bit sideways going into that bus stop chicane. So hit the brakes into La Source for the 6th time. All the way down. Eau Rouge, look, Radion. That is some wicked pace from Johnny. But he's run well wide through Radion. Jorino with the run. I suspect we're going to go to the outside. Yes, we are. Towards Lecom. Around the outside. Jorino, yes, gets the move done into 6th place. Lovely move from Jorino. Webby's a Johnny, and I've just noticed Jack is now behind Scooby G on the road, so I don't know whether Jack's just had a slight issue. Whether he's just had like a small half spin, or whether he's had a slowdown of some description, but that means that things change in the table. Scooby currently before the fastest lap award is awarded would be 2 points ahead. He will, without doubt, if he finishes in 3rd, be leading even with the first drop score available. And it would also put Adam Morris out of contention. Because what I'm pretty much saying to you right now with the drop score is the minimum they can score. If this is the way the results go, this will be the minimum the drivers can score in the championship. So Adam Morris being 25 behind Scooby G, with only 23 available going into the last round. That would mean that Adam Morris would be out of contention for this championship. So for Adam Morris to be in contention, he will need to overtake Jamie. Even with the fastest lap points, he'd still be 24 behind Scooby G, which is not close enough. It's amazing that 2 points can just change it ever so slightly. Oh, sorry, Adam Morris is way behind actually. That's previous to Jack, so Adam Morris is pretty much out of it at the moment as it is. That's my bad of reading. It really is kind of between Scooby and Jamie. Actual differences. Adam Morris would be 40 points behind Scooby G right now. Adam mathematically coming in had a chance, but he'll need Scooby G and Jamie to pretty much, and Jack ready to pretty much retire from this race. As we are now on lap number 7. So a scam, we got the Les on the back of Baby's Johnny, and the Les making a slight mistake going into campus, which will disturb his run through Stavolo. We have had a retirement, and I don't know who. I don't think it's Tim. See if I can quickly find him or not. No, I can't. It's not Tim. I don't know who it is. But we have had a retirement in this race. The Les crosses the line. Still on the tail of Johnny. Actually going down the inside. Contact into the source. The Les lets Johnny through. He knows that was never really on. Tried to back out of it, couldn't. And contact was inevitable. And they've got to be careful because Brent Fry... Oh, is it Royston? No, Royston's still in. I don't know who he is in. Brent Fry is not far behind him anymore as he heads through a Rouge and Radion. And this is an interesting battle we can get used to. It's quite common these two have a good scrap. Jack and Scooby G within 7/10 of each other. We'll keep an eye on that one then. There's Shadow Stalker. The gap now up to 8/10, down to 7 again as they go through Pouillon. On board with Jack as he head through La Fagna. I just sense Jack has a little bit more confidence to hold a tighter line, but Scooby G definitely going for the tactic of squaring the corners up to plant the throttle on the exits. As this race continues on, we're on lap 8. The leaders of Jamie and Adam will be moving on to lap number 9 very shortly. Into La Source for the penultimate time. And Jack just loses a little bit out there. Let's have a look back through the field. Johnny has Les still right up. Oh, the Les has gone round at the bus stop chicane just as we caught onto him. Round he goes and down to 10th for the Les. Burton Fry up into 8th, Line of Grace B into 9th. So Johnny with a bit of gap now to Burton Fry. Burton Fry still has Line of Grace B right on his tail. So that's really interesting. Scooby G has a lot of pressure on himself right now. If he stays in this position, he'll go away from here as leader of the championship, even with the first set of drop scores done. But if he makes a mistake now, he will not go away here championship leader with the drop scores in play. And he'll have a job to do in the final round here. Because Jamie's next worst result is 12th. That was at Bannock Bray, and that is certainly a result Jamie can get better on, whereas Scooby G's is also a 12, so it would come to a last round decider between those two. Jack's second worst result is also a 12, so this gets very interesting, basically. But Scooby G, in reality, must keep this position. If he's going to give himself a better chance of winning the title, this is where he must finish. Otherwise, he's potentially going in a point down. Meanwhile, Johnny has acquired the attention of Burnt Fry. It's the battle for 7th place. I hate to say it, but it looks like Adam Morris is starting to get very close to Jamie. He's potentially looking for a move. But Burton Fry, I'm surprised he's tried that one, Burton Fry. That was not really smart. He's actually caused himself more issues more than anything. Line of Greaseby's gone round somewhere. But yeah, Burton Fry, not very smart, I'm afraid. Just in that position, you need to be braking earlier, looking for the switch back through the first part, and then switching it through the second, squaring the second part of that chicane up to get the drive off. So, not great tactics there from Burton Fry, but he's still in the hunt here for that 7th place. So he runs a bit wide, through Radion. At the front though, the gap is 3/10. As they head through Lafania into Campus for the final time. Will Anna Morris look for a move anywhere? Into Stavelot. Through Comple-Frere. Down towards Blanchimont. through Blanchimont. Oh, Jamie's run a bit wide. How has Adam not capitalised that? Maybe he just lifted because Jamie looked like he was going to come back across the circuit then. So it looks like Adam taking evasive action. Through the final corner, it will be Jamie WRX who wins here at Spa-Francorchamps. Followed by Adam Morris. Scooby G. He's going to hang on to third place. He will be leaving here as championship leader with drop scores intact. He'll finish third with Jack fourth place. Lightblade, a great drive by this man. Had a lap disallowed in qualifying, which would have seen him in 8th. He'll finish in 5th place. A great drive, good sir. Jorginho, 26. We've seen very little of him, but we've seen a few nice overtakes, and he will come home in 6th as long as he didn't spin it coming out of here. Yeah, very cautious to make sure he didn't spin, actually. Behind, though, Webby to Johnny is right under the cuff. But Jorginho comes home in 6th place. Johnny, 7th from Burnt Fry. The Leds will finish 9th. DY House 7 will finish 10th. He coasted the line. Lionel Reesby, unfortunate for him, he's down in 11th. But on a controller in these conditions, it's not easy. Royston running around in 12th. And as you came for Royston, just nice and gentle. Was he almost loses the rear end by clipping the puddle? He will be in 12th place. Shadow Stalker. I don't know how Maloney Grisby's in the pits. Shadow Stalker will come home in 13th place. A good drive by him. And Tim is just solid. Solidly scoring points now at the moment, Tim. It's not a lot of points, but it is points. And all points mean prizes. He seems a happy man to be in 14th. He's made it to the end. Bomb Mark 1, the final man. He'll come home in 15th, but not technically last because 16th has retired. So the provisional results are as follows. Jamie WX has won this race from Adam Morris. Scooby G 3rd, Jack 4th, Lightblade 5th. Jorginho 6th, Wabies of Johnny 7th, Burton Fry 8th, The Leds 9th, DY 7 10th, Ryan Greasby 11th, Royston 12th, Shadowstalker 13th, Tim 14th, Bob Mark 1 15th, and it was Trode 246 who retired after just 4 laps of running. Fastest lap award goes to Adam Morris with a 2 minutes 36.542. So what does this mean for the standings of the championship going into the final round? Bear in mind, this is now going to be the minimum everyone can score going into this round. Scooby will leave here on 174 points, from Jamie on 172. Jack has 159, with Adam on 135. So Scooby gains 4 points on his tally. But so it's all going to go down to the last round here in the Group A1s, which is always a thriller. And we will be heading to, when it loads up, round number 12 is going to be held at Alton Park Fosters for the finale of the Group A1s. Next up, though, it's the modern touring cars where Scooby G can claim the title today. So do stay around to see if that happens. But for myself and the Group A1 Tourers, thank you all for watching tonight. Enjoy the rest of the